We do a lot of plant propagation on site. It's one of the ways that we've managed to get, a system of this size in ground without it costing us thousands and thousands of pounds, which we just don't have. Now, willow is, notoriously easy to grow from cuttings. It's, you just basically stick a stick in the ground, and even with grass competition, we'll get a 50-60% strike rate. If we take a bit more care, we can get that up to 80-90% success rate very easily, even up to 100% at times. But, willow's notoriously easy. Now, a method that we've been using more recently is we've had a load of bulk wood chip delivered last year that's broken down to the point that it's virtually becoming soil at this point, but it's still a very fungally dominated soil because it's made entirely from wood chip. Now what I did, purely by chance, this was from a previous project. There was a worm farm, so it's got a little hole in the side with a grommet. So basically I filled this tub with wood chip that wasn't really particularly broken down at the time. It was still quite coarse, like you can see the stuff on the surface here. It's still quite, rough and chunky. But lower down, that's broken down. And of course, this takes water up to the point of that hole, and then it overspills. So we've got all the sticks that have gone down into this. I've got a certain amount below the water level and a certain amount above. Now, this, for example, is willow, of course, which really easy to root. So these, I'm confident, will have rooted easily. But willow also gives off salicylic acid, so you can use the leaves in water as given for a few days, and you can use that as a rooting compound. But also, because they're in the same system as the willow, other things tend to propagate and put roots on a lot more readily. So I haven't actually checked these, but we've been pulling them out for a few days and planting them. So we'll have a few of them left, hopefully. That actually, I don't want to just pull that. I'll pop the roots on it, but a few of these. Wow, look, see the roots on that? Beautiful. Now these will do a certain amount. You see we've got some here in the berm that have just gone straight into wood chip. Some of them will have taken, but the roots on them aren't anything like as developed as this. I'm incredibly happy. I'm going to pop that back in. But I'm incredibly happy with how that's come along. So I've got a load of other formal wicking beds that we're going to convert into the same sort of principle. We'll put some willow in, and we'll put other things in as well. A lot of plants will grow roots a lot more reliably in this method. This is the first year we've been using it, but it's something we're using a lot more. It's just a simple tub with a little hole in so that you've got a split reservoir with some dry and some wet, filled with wood chip. Stick the cuttings in, stick a bit of willow in for a bit of bonus as well, or better still, use wood chip from willow itself, and you'll have a really good strike rate, I imagine. I haven't tried that myself yet, but I'm going to. You can see how well the willow itself has done. But this is buddleia. It's not the most difficult thing. Here's one that's failed, for example. Ooh. No, it hasn't. Look, there you go. This side of it's failed, but even that has taken. Look at the root development. It's beautiful. Now, I just yanked that out, so I'll have lost a bit of root, unfortunately, because I didn't think it had struck. But you can see just how successful these are. So, as I say, buddleia has a reasonable success rate, but this is something we want a lot more of. So after these are planted up, I'm going to take another load from this year's growth, put them in, and that'll be there ready for next year. So we've got a load more. And I'm going to continue to duplicate this, so we'll have a lot more of these next year.